Alright, so welcome back to the GM mode. Round 3 of the playoffs. We're going up against the Columbus Blue Jackets, the 4th seed team, surprisingly making it all the way to the conference finals. So obviously they have something good going on in Columbus, but nothing that I don't think we cannot get to the finals about. So let's go ahead and look at their team. So going into the coaching options, there it's going to be under the line categories. And we're going to go all the way to Columbus. So where are they? Columbus. The Blue Jackets. So the first line of Gaborik, Anisimov, and R.J. Umberger, because let's keep in mind that this was done before the roster happens, the trade deadline roster happens. So Gaborik's still on the Blue Jackets, so they do have Umberger, Anisimov, and Gaborik. So Gaborik being their best player on the team, we obviously need. He's going to be on the score sheet, and we played against teams who had fairly good players in Sidney Crosby and Malkin, kept them off the score sheet fairly well. And even in Carolina, I mean, their first line was really good, and we kept them off the score sheet pretty good. So our defense looks to be very good for us in this situation. We shouldn't have too big of a problem with it. Brandon Dubinsky and Matthew Letestu and Nathan Horton being the second line. Looks like they're really falling deeply in their depth for centers. They don't have any centers in Columbus, so that could be an advantage for us winning more draws. So that's good to see. Nick Foligno, Ryan Johansson, and Blake Como. Blake Como, obviously, but their third line isn't that bad. Very gritty third line with Ryan Johansson being that playmaker, and Slok, Giles, and Ball being that fourth line grind. I do think we have them beat easily in the offensive category. Defensively, Jack Johnson and Teuton, very good defensive first line. Nikitin and James Wisniewski on the second line, and Murray and then Erickson. So I think we have them beat defensively as well. And Sergei Bobrovsky and Mekel, their backup is terrible. So Bobrovsky, we just have to solve that case. Shouldn't be too big of a deal for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and save like I always do right now in case good old crap happens and this freezes. But game number 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals is tonight. Philadelphia going up against Columbus. I'm going to go save that real quick, and we're going to get right back into the game. All saved up and ready to go. Let's jump into it. We're at home to start it off, just like we always are, because we are the President's Cup Trophy winners. Let's see how the first period goes. After the first period, it is still 0-0, 10-14 for shots. So looks like the goaltending brick walls are out here tonight. Second period is going to go. Jack Johnson's going to get the first goal of the series on Steve Mason, but with the 6 times, and we're on the power play. Someone needs to step it up for us. Let's see if Vincent Lecavalier can do it, Claude Giroux can do it. Penalty kill, there you go. And who's going to get it for us? Braden Coburn, a very good player for us, also gets the first goal for us in the round against Columbus. And the game number 1 heading to overtime. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how it goes going down. See the shots are going, and we're actually going to win the game. Sean Couturier steps up and puts a slapper past Sergei Bobrovsky, and we're going to take the first game to give us a 1-0 series lead. So Jack Johnson gets his first of the postseason from Silk, and Braden Coburn gets his first of the postseason from Sean Couturier, and then Couturier is going to get his third from Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Braden Shen. So we're going to take game number 1 there, and we're going to head to game number 2. R.J. Umberger being their leading scorer. Surprisingly, I would have thought it would have been Gaborik for sure. Game number 2, here we go. Let's see what's going to happen in game number 2. So let's see if we can get the early first period lead. And we can, but Blake Como is going to get to the first goal, and then Wayne Simmons is going to answer back with a slap shot of his own to tie it up at 1-1. After the second period, we're still tied at 1-1, and now we're going to go into the third period. So penalty kill for us. Are they going to get one on the power play? They are going to get one on the power play. R.J. Umberger gets his 8th of the postseason, and we're down by 1. So we desperately do need a goal here. Somebody needs to step up and score a goal. We don't want to lose the second game of the series. It looks like there was a big penalty there, and Braden Shen's going to step it up and score one on Bobrovsky, and the game 2 is heading to overtime now. So penalty kill there. We're going to kill that one off, and we're going to continue to go. Time's ticking down. Time is ticking down. We might go into double overtime, but no. Zach Ronaldo's not having any of that, and the fourth line grinder steps up and gets a wrister past Sergei Bobrovsky in overtime. So second game goes to overtime. Second game 1, and Jesus Christ, guys, the Philadelphia Flyers are not losing this year. So Blake Como gets his second of the postseason from James Wisniewski and Ryan Johansson, and then Simmons is going to get his second from Luke Shen. Umberger gets one, his 8th of the postseason from Matthew Letestu, and then Braden Shen gets his 6th from Sean Couturier and Wayne Simmons, and Ronaldo picks up his second from Vinny Lecavalier and Luke Shen. They give us the 2-0 series lead as we head to Columbus, Ohio, as we're going with the away fans of the Blue Jackets. they're going to be cheering for the Blue Jackets, so we're definitely going to lose a little bit of that mojo. LeCavier off the score sheet for both games, which is a little bit weird to see, as LeCavier being the guy that you normally expect to come in a clutch situation, but Zach Rinaldo gets the goal last game, and now we're up 2-0 in Columbus. Let's see how the first period goes. No goals by either team, and about 9 shots apiece. Second period's going to go 1 for Anisimov for Columbus, but it doesn't matter anyways, because we still have another period to go. Letestu gets one, and they're going to take the 2-0 lead. There's a penalty kill for us as we get it done. I don't think we're going to win this game here. Power play goal by Jakub Skorček on Bobrovsky's. We're going to continue. It's down within 1, and we're still on the power play. Can't get another goal there. Dying seconds. I don't think we're going to get anything. And there we go. So we do lose game 3 in Columbus. They did have a power play to end it off. And Skorček gets a weird one on Bobrovsky, but Letestu ends up getting the game-winning goal for Columbus. And Anisimov gets his second from Tutin and Dubinsky. And then Letestu gets his third from Dubinsky and Jack Johnson, with Skorček getting his sixth from Claude Giroux and Louis Eriksson. Kind of sucks to go down 2-1 and to lose a game, but it does seem like it's happening every round. Game 4 coming up next. Still haven't seen LeCavier score a goal, which is really weird, in all honesty, after he put up those crazy numbers in the first couple games. After the first period, though, here we go. Braden Shen gets his first of the game, and he gets the first goal of the game, not his first of the game. I guess both, but he gets the first one of the game, and then Wisniewski and Tutin are not going to have any of that and get 2 for Columbus to take the lead. After the second period, though, we come out and we just put on a score show. So Kimmo Timonen, Wayne Simmons, and Eric Wellwood all get 1 past Bobrovsky. 2 were pretty much in identical spots. Penalty kill after a big penalty there, by the looks of it, a major. It was a great penalty kill for the team, and I think we're going to take the lead and give us a 3-1 series lead now, I think, or 3-2, 3-1 maybe. If that was game number 4. So Braden Shen gets his 7th from Sean Couturier and Kimmo Timonen, and Wisniewski gets his 2nd from Gaborik and Nathan Horton. Fredrik Tutin gets his 2nd from Gaborik and Foligno, and then Timonen gets his 2nd from Eriksson. Simmons gets his 3rd from LeCavier and Coburn, and Wellwood gets his 2nd from Braden Coburn as well. So I now believe that it is, so what is that, 3-1? That's a 3-1 series lead, and we're heading back in Game 5. We're going to head back to Philadelphia. We're going to continue because it doesn't really matter for scouting assignment now. So we're heading back to Philadelphia to finish this off. So this has been the routine in place. Game 5 of the series, back at home. We put the dagger in the coffin and end the series, end the team's season, and we move on to the next round. So we have one more game to go until the Stanley Cup Finals. One more game to go until we're going up against, I do believe, the Chicago Blackhawks, but anything can change. One more game until we can get our names on the Stanley Cup trophy. After the first period, though, we're each going to get one. Claude Giroux steps up. The captain of Philadelphia gets one, but then Marian Gaborik, the guy who I said we needed to keep off the score sheets, gets ones. After 2, though, Nick Foligno and Gaborik are both going to get another 2, and Sean Couturier is going to pick up 1. So down by 1 goal in the third period, Philadelphia, we need to climb back. We need to keep in the routine, and Chris Newberry understands that. He puts a snapshot past Bobrovsky to tie it all up. A penalty kill, but a power play goal to Anisimov, as we can't get the penalty kill with 7, 6, 5, 4 minutes left. I don't think it's in, and Fredrik Tutin gets the empty net to end our routine and mess up Game 5 for us. So Columbus climbs back in that one, and they're going to take the series to 3-2 now. Giroux gets his 4th from LeCavier and Timonen, and Gaborik gets his 3rd from Letestu and Wisniewski. Foligno gets his 1st from Wisniewski and Johansson, and Gaborik finds the net again from Tutin and Umberger. Couturier gets his 4th from Phillips and Shen. Newberry gets his 2nd from Wellwood, and then Anisimov finds one from Gaborik and Horton, and then Tutin puts the dagger in with the empty net from Gaborik and Anisimov. So that's how that game is going to go. We're going to head to Columbus now, which we had success in last time. Hopefully trying to put the dagger in. LeCavier, I'm calling on you. Hopefully you can step up and score a goal here in Columbus. Put the Columbus Blue Jackets with their backups against the wall really easy. I know they're playing for everything right now because they have nothing to lose. After the first period, nobody's going to score, and after the second period, nobody's going to score. So we're heading into the third period at the 6-time simulation. Shots are fired from both directions, but Gaborik's going to get a snapshot in Mason. This could be very bad for us, actually, monumentally bad, as I don't think we're going to find a goal. Somebody needs to step up, power play, and they're going to get one snapshot, and on the empty net, and it looks like we are headed to Game 7. Not really what I wanted to see here. Gabrick gets his 5th from Anisimov and Jobson, and then Anisimov gets one from Gabrick. So heading back to Philadelphia in Game 7, something that I did not think was going to need to happen, but we are going back to Philadelphia for Game 7. Here we go. Hopefully Claude Giroux and Vinny Lecavalier can step up. Here we go, Game 7. I'm just going to do 6 times all the way because this could be a very bad out. So there's a power play right there. We can't get anything on. Penalty kill. We were able to turn the door on that one. And it doesn't look like there's going to be a goal in the first period at all. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Chris Phillips finds one on Sergei Bobrovsky. Gives us the 1-0 lead. But then Gabrick, a guy who needs to be kept off the scoring sheets, gets one on Steve Mason to tie it up 1-1. And then Nathan Horton's going to find the net on Mason. But then Timonen comes back and ties it up 2-2. Both teams want to go to this cup final really badly. As you can see, it's just a scoring affair. One team scores, and the other team digs real deep to go. And we're heading to the third period, all tied up at 2-2. What's going to happen as we continue to go down? Time, ticking, and nobody is finding the back of the net. Penalty kill, we're able to keep that one out on that power play. We need to score, and we can't do it in time. I think we're heading to overtime, a Game 7 in the third round of the playoffs, the conference final, and Vincent Lecavalier, the man himself, steps up and ends the Columbus Blue Jackets season and sets us off to Lord Stanley's Cup. Couldn't ask for a better man to do it, as he was kept silent all series, is able to find the back of the net for his 10th of the postseason. So this is great. We're headed to the Cup final in year 1. Hopefully actually going to be able to raise Lord Stanley's Cup, and if we're up against Chicago, this could be a very, very bad repeat of what happened in the past. So Chris Phillips gets his first from Vincent Lecavalier. Gabrick gets his 6th from Nathan Horton, and then Horton gets his 7th from Nick Foligno and Letestu. Timonen finds one to tie it back up, and that's his 3rd of the postseason from Matt Reed and Wayne Simmons, and then Lecavalier gets his in overtime, number 10 of the postseason from Matt Reed and Wayne Simmons. And that, my friends, that, boys, is going to send us to the Stanley Cup final. The Stanley Cup final against the Chicago Blackhawks. So like I said, this could bring back some very bad memories. Let's go look at the player stats for the playoffs for the team. Let's see how the players are doing after, I believe, like 17 games or so. So Vincent Lecavalier, 10 goals, 17 points, point-a-game player easy. Shen was 7, Voracek was 6, and I'm going to let you guys go ahead and read these. I don't want to read out every name. So Matt Reed and Luke Shen being the only 2 players who haven't scored a goal yet in the postseason for our team. Assist-wise, this is what we're looking like. Matt Reed, though, has 10 assists, and then Giroux and Eriksson both have 9. Go ahead and let you guys read that, as everybody has at least 1 point in the playoffs, which is really nice to see. Lecavalier with 17, Giroux with 13, Louis Eriksson with 11, and Sean Couturier with 11 as well. Matt Reed, Voracek, and Simmons all have 10. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and read those stats as I mess up as pushing down. So everybody has at least 3 points in the postseason. Let's go ahead and look at our goalies with a 1.99 goals against average for Steve Mason in 17 games and a 93 save percentage. Steve Mason, an 83 overall, so he did get bumped up, is playing a lot better than what I would think he would be playing. I just want to see really quickly if any of these players got a boost other than Mason, because I know Mason was an 82, so he must have picked up a boost somewhere along the line, and it doesn't look like it, but it'll probably happen after the season's over for the rest of the players. So that is how that is going to be done. Let's go ahead and look at the playoff tree. Let's see what happened in the Western Conference of the NHL. Chicago sweeps, pretty much loses 1 game. They've lost 1 game all playoffs. They swept Phoenix, swept Edmonton, and lost 1 game to Colorado. We played a hell of a series against Columbus. I thought for sure we were going to lose it there after we lost 1 game to Philadelphia, 1 game to Pittsburgh, 1 game to Carolina, and then we lose 3 to Columbus, something that I'm not expecting. But there you are. There's the Stanley Cup final. That's how it's set. The number 1 Philadelphia Flyers are going to be pitted up against the number 2 Chicago Blackhawks. So we'll see you guys in the next episode, and that will be the Stanley Cup final between this repeated, I believe, 2010-2011 matchup. I could be wrong. Correct me if I am there, and don't take that for literal, but we have seen this matchup in the playoffs before, Philadelphia versus Chicago for the Stanley Cup. What can happen? You guys are only going to be able to tell from next time. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next episode.